We are now in the midst of our third pandemic spring, but this one, it'll be different. COVID metrics remain lower than a few months back.
And we do feel a sense of freedom not felt since before the virus disrupted our lives. Leon-Bibb shares some wisdom on this season of change.
We have entered a new spring. For most of us, spring is always welcome, bringing us out of the winters of our discontent. But this season is different, as we seem to have distanced ourselves from the discontent of the coronavirus 2 springs ago. I am thankful for that, but we are not out of the woods, not fully, not yet. You will remember how that first spring of the pandemic really rocked us. Mounting death toll, overworked medical people, empty store shelves, masks, although still a good idea. The huge push for social distancing, also still a good idea. The around-the-clock push for a life-saving vaccine, a moving picture of maybe a long time ago that seems like yesterday. In the spring of 2020, I offered a commentary on the way our lives were unfolding then and my personal need to openly and fully celebrate 2020 spring's little things.
As I go about my job working inside the house, right there, I look outside, here, and I see the little things. But it is the little things which are really the big things.
It was a time where my highlight of the day might be a walk through the neighborhood, social distancing, but celebrating small things. In the days before the vaccine, I realized those little things were really the big things. I better understood what I always knew. The little things are always the big things.
The COVID pandemic changed us, showed us how to think differently, reminded us of perhaps things we already knew. During the rougher times of the pandemic, we became much more reflective and became much more appreciative of the little things in life. Now that we are beyond the rougher times, here's hoping we remember what we've learned.
We are easing back to shoulder and moving back into old routines. That's good, but let's recall what we learned of ourselves during the pandemic about the little things.
There are some lessons learned we should continue to hold. Celebrating the new spring for 3 News, I'm Leon-Bibb.
And we have learned so much. And yes, Leon, we will embrace the little things. And even this weather that's not going to be so great this weekend, after seeing that story by Leon, no problem.